Dear friends, Myanmar, officially the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, is a charming country in Southeast Asia. Country welcomes the new year with the Thingyan festival, which takes place around the second week of April every year. This is a unique occasion, filled with laughter and vibrant water splashing, bearing the mark of Buddhist culture. The capital of Myanmar, Naypyidaw, is often referred to as the strangest capital in the world. This city owns wide, straight roads like a painting, but is so deserted that it makes people think of a doomsday scene. Although it was built in a modern way since 2005, Naypyidaw still has a mysterious tranquility, completely different from the hustle and bustle of Yangon, the old capital. Myanmar is also praised as the land of Buddha, thanks to thousands of magnificent pagodas, and the land of smiles, because of the warmth and friendliness of the people here. Those are familiar things that many people know about Myanmar. But if you want to discover hidden stories, shocking secrets that will surprise you, watch Travel Explore the World's video today. There will definitely be many interesting things waiting for you. Let's start the journey to discover the strange things in Myanmar, the most mysterious country in Southeast Asia. Since its inception in 2005, Naypyidaw has been nicknamed the strangest capital in the world. However, few people knew about its existence until the Myanmar military leader suddenly announced the relocation of government agencies from Yangon to here on the night of November 6, 2005. From a pristine primeval forest, Naypyidaw grew up like a miracle, but it has an unusually quiet appearance. The population here is only about 924,600 people, equivalent to 131 people, km. A question many people wonder: how big is Naypyidaw? But there is almost no breath of life. In 2011, a British reporter described Naypyidaw as a desolate post-apocalyptic city. Miles of boulevards were empty of traffic and crowds, the only sign of life being the image of sanitation workers in straw hats silently sweeping the streets. The temples here were also deserted, some even without a managing abbot. The zoo used to house penguins, but they died last year because of a broken air conditioning system. What's even more unusual is that Naypyidaw residents live in apartment buildings with roofs marked by occupation: blue for the Ministry of Health, green for the Ministry of Agriculture, a rare feature. Despite its sparse population, Naypyidaw boasts magnificent 20-lane highways, second only to the 26-lane highway in Houston, USA. The 263-hectare diplomatic area was built to accommodate international embassies. However, most embassies still choose to stay in Yangon, making Naypyidaw even more desolate. So what is the real purpose of moving the capital to Naypyidaw? It is the strategic location. Unlike Yangon, a port city on the Andaman Sea, vulnerable to external threats, Naypyidaw is located in the center of Myanmar, giving the government and military an advantage in controlling the country. In particular, it helps them easily suppress ethnic minority uprisings in the border areas, which have been a problem for decades. Naypyidaw is not just a capital, but also a symbol of control and power in a volatile country. In contrast to the strange silence of the capital Naypyidaw, which is likened to a desolate city after the apocalypse, Yangon, the busiest city in Myanmar, has a completely different atmosphere. However, Yangon also has unique regulations, such as the ban on motorbikes in the inner city, making Myanmar's traffic system unstable and being called by many as the most heart-stopping traffic in the world. Since 2003, the Myanmar government has issued a ban on motorbikes in major cities like Yangon, with the reason being to reduce traffic congestion and accidents. But as an unwritten rule, the more people ban, the more they do it. In the suburbs of Yangon, illegal motorbikes still blatantly pass by like the wind, carrying 3 or 4 people without anyone bothering to wear a helmet. A Vietnamese tourist once said that motorbikes here run crazy in the literal sense. If they don't run, then don't. If they do run, they have to go all out. If caught by the police, the fine ranges from 20,000 to 50,000 kyat, and forgetting a helmet is a lighter 10,000 kyat. However, the ban does not apply to everyone. The police are allowed to use 65 motorbikes, along with postal and electricity workers, creating an interesting inconsistency. The result of the motorbike ban was a flood of cheap imported cars into Yangon. The streets were soon filled with old Nissans, Toyotas, Hondas, using natural air conditioning, that is, with the windows wide open to let in the fresh air. This led to terrible traffic jams. Buses and passenger vans, which were built more than 30 years ago, became the main means of transport. They were often so packed that people had to hold on to the sides of the vehicles, with one leg dangling over the side steps to keep their balance. Taxis are even more creative, opening the trunk for passengers, so crowded that the trunk lid cannot be closed, just running with the trunk up in the air, an image that is both humorous and creepy. Not stopping there, Myanmar's traffic also bears a surprising historical mark. As a British colony, vehicles here originally had right-hand drive and drove on the left side of the road. But in 1970, General Ne Win, with the idea that driving on the left was the cause of economic stagnation, ordered traffic to change to the right overnight. Strangely, the steering wheel remained on the right, unchanged. The result, traffic became a mess to pass on the left. The driver had to lean over to the passenger seat to observe, turning the person sitting next to him into an unwilling eye and ear. Passing on the right was more convenient, but there was also the worry that the car in front would suddenly swerve to the side, braking hard and rubbing. In places where motorbikes are allowed, they and other small vehicles crowd the road, while cars occupy the two lanes on either side. A chaotic yet very typical scene. However, it cannot be denied that Myanmar drivers have amazing driving skills. They drive on bumpy dirt roads, with potholes and mud so deep that just one trip is enough to make people feel sorry for both the car washer and the durable tires. If the car breaks down on the road, there is no other way but to roll on the ground to fix it, an image that is both harsh and shows the resilience of the people here. Myanmar traffic, with all its instability and strangeness, is truly a story that cannot be missed when mentioning this country. When it comes to currency and measurement systems in Myanmar, you will find unique and interesting features. In this country, the two commonly used currencies are the kyat and the US dollar, USD. However, do not expect easy withdrawals, as ATMs are rare here. The advice is to bring a lot of cash when coming to Myanmar. In particular, your money must be carefully preserved, not dirty, not folded, and absolutely not torn even a little. Just a small fold can make the bill lose its value immediately, a rather strict but very common rule here. To make convenient transactions at local stores, you should keep large denomination bills and prepare 500 kyat or 1,000 kyat bills. Prices in Myanmar are extremely attractive. A bowl of noodles is only about 500 kyat, so cheap that you want to pack your backpack and travel immediately. If you want to enjoy a glass of Myanmar specialty beer, the interesting thing is how to order the beer. You have to make a sound like blowing a kiss, a gentle chut-chut, for the waiter to bring it to you. Just imagining the scene of sipping beer in the air of Myanmar streets, accompanied by the pleasant chut-chut sounds, is enough to make the trip more memorable. Not only does Myanmar have a unique culture of communication, it also stands out for its unusual system of measurement. It is one of only 3 countries in the world, along with the United States and Liberia, that do not fully use the international metric system, which is familiar with units such as meters and kilograms. Instead, Myanmar retains the units of measurement from its British colonial days. Distance is measured in miles. 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers. Volume is measured in gallons. 1 gallon equals 3.78 liters, and mass is measured in vis. 1 vis equals 1.68 kilograms. However, in order to integrate with the world, the Myanmar government began converting to the international system of measurement in 2006. By 2009, the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs officially used the unit of km to describe the country's area, with the equivalent figure in square miles in parentheses. For example, the area of Myanmar is listed as 676,578 square kilometers, which corresponds to 261,228 square miles. This combination of tradition and modernity further highlights the uniqueness of Myanmar on the world map. In July 2020, a terrifying moment happened at a jade mine in Myanmar, when a landslide suddenly took the lives of more than 160 people. The disaster was captured on horrifying footage. Dirt and rocks from a hill crashed into the edge of the mining pit without warning, leaving people unable to react. The result was a 6-meter high mud wave, mixed with water from the turquoise lake, rushing down like a tsunami, engulfing and swallowing everything in an instant. A lucky miner, who survived, recounted that fateful moment. He recalled the moment he saw the towering pile of mud about to collapse. He was about to raise his camera to take a photo when he suddenly heard a loud shout, "Run, run!" But in less than a minute, the people standing at the foot of the hill had completely disappeared under the mud. The landslide killed 162 people and injured 54 others. Landslides are not uncommon in Myanmar's mines, where miners brave the dangers of hunting for the precious green gemstones. Myanmar's jade mining industry, while fraught with risks, is a huge source of revenue. In 2016-2017, jade revenue reached about $750.4 million, a figure that shows the immense appeal of this gemstone, despite the high cost in human lives. In addition to the terrifying disasters, Myanmar also hides a mysterious spiritual wonder, the Golden Rock, which seems to defy all the laws of physics. Precariously perched on the slopes of Thingyan mountain in Mon State, this giant rock is covered in a layer of sparkling pure gold, leaving anyone who sees it amazed. From afar, the Golden Rock looks like it is about to roll down the abyss at any moment, but miraculously, it has stood firm for thousands of years without moving. With a height of nearly 7 meters, this rock only touches the ground with a small area of only 78 square centimeters, a ratio that makes people doubt its ability to balance. According to legend, what keeps the Golden Rock from falling is a strand of Buddha's hair kept inside. People believe that if they visit this holy place 3 times a year, they will be blessed with wealth, luck and happiness. It was this strong belief that prompted people everywhere to donate gold to plate the rock, turning it into the sacred symbol it is today. However, the journey to reach the Golden Rock is not easy. To reach the top of Thingyan mountain, which is over 700 meters high, visitors, from ordinary people, monks, to high-ranking monks, must overcome winding, twisting roads by a special means, old trucks. They sit in the box, climb on the roof, and even hold on to the sides of the truck to cross the rugged terrain. Upon arrival, everyone is forced to take off their shoes and walk barefoot from the temple gate to show their respect. That arduous journey is not only a physical challenge, but also a profound spiritual experience, making the Golden Rock even more mysterious in the eyes of those who have set foot there. In Myanmar, you will encounter a unique cultural feature that surprises many people. Men wear skirts to work as a matter of course in everyday life. In Myanmar, skirts are the traditional clothing that men wear from birth. The skirt is called lon yi, a long piece of cloth wrapped around the waist. With different ways of tying it between the two sexes, men tie it in the front, while women tie it to one side of the hip. Lon yi is not only a garment but also a symbol of flexibility in Myanmar people's lives. They wear it everywhere, and at all times, from going to work to praying at the temple, trading at the market, even when driving a motorbike or playing sports. Normally, men wear underwear inside for comfort, but in some rural areas, they leave it completely free. According to them, this is a way to cope with harsh weather, when temperatures can reach 40 degrees C, helping the body to be cooler and more comfortable in the intense heat. In addition, Myanmar is also famous for its betel chewing habit, a unique cultural feature that men love more than women. Wherever you go, you can see people chewing betel, from working, chatting with friends, to free time. Betel is not only a pleasure, but also a starter of a story, connecting people in daily life. The combination of lon yi and the habit of chewing betel has created a Myanmar cultural picture that is both familiar and colorful, making anyone who comes here impressed. The pagoda covered in 90 tons of gold and thousands of diamonds. In Yangon, Myanmar, the Shodagon Pagoda, an architectural treasure over 2,500 years old, stands tall as an immortal symbol of the country. According to regulations, no building in the city is allowed to exceed the height of the main tower, including the ground, of 160 meters. According to legend, the pagoda was built from the 6th to the 10th century, before the death of Buddha Shakyamuni. To this day, Shodagon still preserves 4 sacred treasures of Buddhism, 8 hairs of Buddha Shakyamuni, a piece of Buddha Kasyap's robe, the staff of Buddha Kondinya, and the water filter of Buddha Kunamadaman. The main stupa is nearly 110 meters high, covered with about 90 tons of pure gold. The top of the stupa is magnificent with 4,531 diamonds, the largest of which, weighs 72 carats, along with 9,300 gold leaves weighing a total of 500 kilograms. A pure gold flag on top is inlaid with 5,448 diamonds and 2,317 other precious stones, along with 1,265 gold bells and 421 silver bells hanging, creating a magical ringing sound. People also place binoculars around the pagoda for visitors to admire this luxurious beauty more closely. More surprisingly, a 76-carat diamond was once auctioned for $21.5 million United States dollars, a testament to the timeless magnificence of Shoodagon. Despite going through wars and natural disasters, the pagoda still retains its grandeur, considered one of the greatest religious structures in the world. In addition, the pagoda has 7 water tanks symbolizing the 7 planets and 7 days of the week, with profound spiritual meaning. The entrance fee is $8 United States dollars person. If you come here, you should choose the evening to enjoy the magical shimmering beauty of gold and diamonds under the lights. If you go during the day, go in the morning, because from noon onwards, the temple grounds are very hot, and the barefoot rule can burn your feet. Tip: take off your shoes, and put them in your backpack, because the temple is very large with many exits. After visiting, you don't have to bother going back to the same path to find your shoes, much more convenient. Ramri Island of Death. Far from bustling Yangon, Myanmar also possesses a terrifying mystery, Ramri Island, located off the coast of Rakhine State, with an area of 1,350 square kilometers. This remote island is known as the Island of Death, associated with bloody death stories that make anyone who hears it shudder. Ramri is the territory of giant saltwater crocodiles, up to 7 meters long, weighing about 1,000 kilograms, famous for being ferocious and considered the most man-eating creatures in nature. In 1945, during World War II, a horrifying event occurred here. The British Army led about 1,000 Japanese soldiers deep into the island's mangrove forests. Only half of them survived to reach the other side. The rest were said to have been attacked and eaten by the crocodiles. This incident is recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most deadly crocodile attack in history. The crocodiles of Ramri are highly territorial, live in alarmingly large numbers, and are not picky eaters. Any creature that wanders into the area, including humans, can become raw meat in a flash. But crocodiles are not the only fear. Ramri is also home to green flies, malaria-carrying mosquitoes, scorpions, and even smoldering volcanoes, making the island a land both mysterious and deadly. Ramri Island is not only part of Myanmar, but also a warning about the brutal forces of nature that humans have little to fight against.